One of my biggest failures that another up-and-coming entrepreneur could learn from, sometimes I think I'm over-creative. I've created a ton of lanes and all kinds of marketing that have set people up to make, millions, billions of dollars. And when you are really a creative, you probably have like a 2-year window before shit gets boring to you. It's kind of like you the motherfucker that makes the waffle cone, but you sell it to your friends, and then you get tired of that shit, and one of your friends says, yo, mind if I fuck with the recipe? And you so creative, you be like, yeah, go ahead, fuck with it. And then that motherfucker makes waffle cones and distributes to Baskin Robbins, Haagen-Dazs, and he making fucking $400 million a year, and you sit there like, fuck, But I think there's still a reward in that. I think being able to recreate shit, I'm 50 years old and I'm still creating shit. There's a hell of a reward in that, and I don't know if a motherfucker could give me amount of money to balance that out. To say, all right, well, you've got here's 400 million. Are you there yet? Is that the happiness? And to me, the happiness is always being able to recreate shit, but at the same time, it's a potential for failure. And I think that you need to sit back and find your home runs and stick them out a little bit longer. And even if they feel like a bastard child that you don't want to, be around or do anymore, stick it out. And when you get ready to hand it off, make sure you hand it off when you get the bread. Don't hand the motherfucker off just because you're too creative and don't want to rock with it anymore. It's weird. I don't know if it's a failure for me as much as it's a failure for other people that's been to my events back in the day. But one of my proposed failures is the fact that I stopped doing Cancun All-Star Fiesta Memorial Day weekend in Cancun, Mexico, which was like the game changer event for young, cool celebrity athletes, music industry cats, motherfuckers with money. I stopped doing it. I stopped personally doing it in 2002. And then some friends of mine begged me to come back and do it in 2004. But I stopped doing it because the parties weren't parties I wanted to be in. And I always told myself that I never throw a party that I didn't want to be in. And it started becoming about money. Why it's a huge mistake is I was on this shit way before all this festival shit. Like that Memorial Day weekend, it was 5 days. I was throwing 25 parties. I had concerts, we broke a gazillion artists from like Nelly, Destiny's Child, 50 Cent, broke Jay-Z and, well, not broken, but contributed to him blowing up when he had Ain't No Nigga with Foxy Brown. They did it at our Players Ball down there. And we had every hustler and baller all over the country in that one place. And when New York reacted to the record, the first time they heard it, then they started reacting the same. And by the time everybody left out of Cancun, Mexico, that record was broke all over the country. From a template aspect of what the event did, I say, yeah, it was a failure for me because I had an opportunity to really have major control on things that were happening out there in the marketplace trend-wise. But then the other side of that is, it's some legendary shit. So, if you walk up on any 45-year-old, a 50-year-old, or 38-year-old that ever went to Cancun All-Star Fiesta, they will tell you, I never partied like that in my life. So that lends itself to the legend of Chris Latimer. But on the other side, I do like to see people having a good time and do big-ass events. I could have did some Coachella shit in the Caribbean at some next level shit. And the biggest thing that happens now is that I feel like the people that come to these events are fucking cattle. And that's not how I got down. Like, I wanted to touch you. I wanted to touch your life. I wanted to make sure that it was the best party. I didn't care if you was the FedEx guy or if you were the Fab Five. You know what I'm saying? Like, you came to my shit and you just had a ball and it touched you. And I think now it's just all about dollars. There's no connection. You can hide behind Eventbrite and the fucking artist, and there's no personal touch or curation into events. And I think if I kept doing what I was doing and grew it to where, you know, it was a Coachella, it'd be Coachella on steroids because everybody would feel like they were important at whatever my Coachella event would be, as opposed to you just running in to this canvas and throwing your paint on it and running the fuck out and going home. You know?